Hey guys, and welcome to another video. In this video, we'll be seeing how to make buttons and on-pressed events so we can know when a button is being clicked. Let's start. So before we start, we need to understand there are two types of buttons. The first one's elevated button and the second one's a text button. There are more buttons we will look, but for now these are the two. Right? Let's start with elevated button. Inside the center, I'm going to remove this image asset and put in elevated button. Okay, let's put in some commas so that we have correct formatting. Let me actually just okay. So every button needs an on press like we've passed in here. Let's just pass in a function for now, and this function doesn't need to be called anything. For the child, I'm gonna give it a text that's gonna be click me. Let's give it constant right there. Let's save that. We get this click me button. If we click, nothing happens. So let's see how we can do this. Let's scroll down here, and in my stateful widget we have this elevated button, and we do nothing here. On press, we do nothing here. And basically what on press, so if we scroll down, on long press, there is a property called on long press, and it's actually, so on long press we'll say when this button is long pressed, and on pressed we'll say when this button is tapped. We will want to use this. So in on pressed, we're going to say print, and it's giving me this error because print statement should not be used in production code. Well, we should try to not use it. In here we want to say click me button clicked. Let's save that. Okay, let's clear this. Let's see if we click. Okay, actually I've saved that. Let's give it a hot restart. Now let's see. Click me. And nothing's happening. Why is this not happening? Well, we said on pressed on this floating action button instead of the elevated button, and on pressed for a specific button will only work on that button. So let's try it on this. As you can see, now we are getting that. Okay, right? So we have to replace click me with mail sent, because well, I sent a mail icon. Let's do the same thing here. Print, and let's say click me clicked. Okay, now let's see. Click on this, we get click me clicked, but if we click on this, we get mail sent. So we notice we don't get click me clicked, and that's it. So now that we have these buttons, let's see how we can style them. We've already seen how to style a button, this button, so the floating action button. Let's try and style this elevated button. Now I don't want to do this in theme data because this elevated button is not going to be the same on all pages. I want different buttons of different styles and colors. So in here we're going to specify a style. This takes in a button style, so let's pass in that button style. In here we can just specify a background color of colors dot, let's go deep orange accent. We get this error, we can't say con, we have to, what's this, so we have 4 errors. Let's see, prefer const, okay, we get that error because we can't specify it like that. We need to specify it in a different way. Okay, let's see how. So elevated button, let's search for that, elevated button Flutter. Let's see this. That's actually the API. Let's go to Flutter dev. Let's scroll down, and let's copy this. So why didn't that colors work? Because this takes a material state property color. Instead of colors.blue, I want this to be deep orange accent. And let's save that. We get that, right? Let's just format this a little bit. Okay, maybe. Okay, so it's a little bit too long, so okay, I understand. In button style, maybe we can also set the font size a little bit. Font size. So we can't actually. Okay, so we won't be able to set this because this click me is the text, and now we need to specify some style in here. Text style font size 4. Save. That's big, but let's also try to change the height a little bit. So for that, the elevated button, let's see, we have some stuff. Let's see. Okay, so we don't have that, and we will see how to do this, but it's going to be different. Now let's see text buttons. So we'll delete this elevated button. I'm going to go text button. What is it? Constant. And in here we need to press with on pressed and our child. This time let's go text click me, but notice, save that. Notice it's different, right? Click me, so it's a different style button. Let's go print click me clicked. Print me click. Let's save that. If we click, come to our debug console, click me clicked. As you can see, it's get that. So these are the text buttons and the float elevated button, right? And yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and see the next video, in which we are going to see containers and rows and columns. So be sure to watch my next video.